Okay, in this video of stoichiometry, I have this problem for you, and I'm going to work it out. A mixture of 10 moles of hydrogen gas and 7 moles of oxygen gas are reacted to form water. How many moles of water can be produced? So your first step is to come up with a balanced chemical equation. I'm going to do this very quickly. Hydrogen gas, it's a diatomic, plus oxygen gas, also a diatomic, makes water. And then it has to be balanced. So there we go. Now, according to the previous videos, you can come up with a lot of mole ratios for this. I'm not going to go through each one. We're going to start working this problem out. Now, this one's a little special because it actually gives you two givens, 10 moles of hydrogen, 10 moles of oxygen. So your knowns would be 10 moles of H2 and 7 moles of O2. Anytime you're given two givens, you're going to have to solve the problem 2 times. Your unknown, how many moles of water? So we're looking for moles of water. Notice that I'm putting units and chemicals on everything because this is super important. Now, this is going to ask you to solve it twice, and then we'll talk about what those two answers actually mean because only one of them is correct, and some definitions of some chemistry terms that you're going to have to be familiar with. Okay, so I've got my knowns and my unknown. I'm just going to take one known first. We're going to look at hydrogen, and we are going to form a relationship, our mole ratio between hydrogen and water. Here's my hydrogen, here's my water. So my first relationship that I'm going to be using, I'm going to call it R1, is 2 moles of H2 to 2 moles of H2O. And remember that you can flip this depending on what you need. My second relationship is going to be from my second known to my unknown. Notice that the unknown is the same both times. This is super important. So we have 7 moles of O2 to 2 moles. Trying to go quickly and I'm messing up. And remember that you can flip this. Okay, so we're going to solve this problem 2 times. I'm going to make a little area. Here's me solving it first. Okay, I'm going to take my first known. I'm going to start up here, 10 moles of H2. Remember, whatever unit, nothing goes here, and whatever unit's here has to go diagonal. So I'm going to look at my relationship. H2 right now is on top. That's not what I need, so I need to flip it. So I'm actually going to take the flipped version and put 2 moles of H2 on bottom and 2 moles of H2O on top. Now this is a 1-to-1 ratio, so your answer looks just like your given or your known, and that's okay. Sometimes it turns out that way. Okay, so there's my first answer. Now we're going to, hopefully you caught all that because I don't know when that popped up. So now we're going to work it out the second time, but with this one. So we're going to start with 7 moles of O2. We're going to go to my second relationship. Again, I need to flip it because I need that O2 to be on bottom. So we're going to put 7 moles of O2 on bottom, and then the other half of my relationship on top. 7 times 2 divided by 7 comes out to be 2 moles of H2. Now we can check our work and make sure we've canceled everything diagonally, and we did. The last unit to write down should match our unknown. These canceled out. Last unit to write down should match our unknown. And it does. Now I have 2 answers. I have 10 moles and I have 2 moles. So let me kind of talk about this with an analogy of cooking. If I have enough cups of milk to make 10 cakes, but I only have enough eggs to make 2 cakes, how many cakes am I really going to make? Well, I'm going to run out of eggs. I'm not going to be able to make 10. So this, the smaller answer, this is the only true answer. This is not an answer. That was just some work to make sure we're getting to the right answer. Your true answer of how much is produced is 2 moles. So this is what we call your theoretical yield. It's the smaller answer of the two. Whatever made your theoretical yield, your O2, is the limiting reactant because you ran out of it first. It limited the amount of product to 2 moles. So that's your limiting. And then whichever one could have made more, but you ran out of the other one, that is called